Welcome to the Amazon, a dense and unforgiving jungle brimming with beautiful and dangerous wildlife. Some of them sit in plain sight and are easy to find, while others hide among the trees waiting to be discovered.
Monkey up ahead just jumped from branch to branch and straight above us.
Our Sani Lodge adventure will lead us deep into the lush wilderness, where we'll swap cultural experience with the locals, trading drones for blow darts. We'll fish for piranhas, enjoy some surprising local delicacies,
eating bugs in the Amazon,
and have the unexpected, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have our energies rebalanced by a real-life shaman. We'll spend the next 4 days exploring the jaw-dropping Yasuni National Park deep within the jungle. This section of rainforest is specifically renowned for its incredible biodiversity, boasting the richest variety of plant and animal species in all of Ecuador. But this entire adventure started in the small riverside town of El Coca.
The last time you saw us, we were hiking the Kilauea Loop. Since then, we've had a quick pit stop in Baños and made our way back to Quito. For most people, this journey starts with a quick 35-minute flight from Quito. But when we were looking at those flights, they were about $200 each, so we made the economical decision and caught a bus. It was supposed to be 5 to 7 hours, but a bridge went down along our pathway and it ended up taking a little bit more than 9 hours to get here. But we're here now and we are so excited because this is where the journey begins.
so fancy when they take your bags for you.
Step one of the day is boarding this boat for 3 hours on the river.
From this place we're gonna walk for like 15 minutes across the land.
This is so cool.
And we get to the small river and take the smaller canoes to go paddling to the lodge. The smaller species of monkeys may come close to the houses. Of course, if they see a yellow fruit, that means ripe. And then the smell, and then they taste and they love it. But there's no bananas in the wild.
It feels like plastic.
Kind of feels like a library, like you have to whisper, just hear like cacophony of birds and animals.
Our guide said that in the 60s, when oil companies figured out that this was quite a haven for oil, a bunch of communities here were contacted for the first time, and they still believe that there is a handful there's a handful of uncontacted communities somewhere out here.
That's insane.
Isn't that wild?
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Thank you. Our third and final mode of transport. God, the current's so strong.
Welcome to our tourism project, the Sani Lodge, on behalf of the community and Jonathan.
The kayak over was so cool. We saw a tiny little monkey, a few different types of birds. It was just so cool being like, we're in the Amazon right now. We've gotten to their lodge and we get welcome food. Today rules. I'm so happy. I keep having to be like, you're in the Amazon right now. You're in the Amazon right now. Like, that's insane. This is something you learn about like from the time you're a kid in kindergarten. And we're here. We're physically here. Isn't that crazy? We're so lucky. We are staying in the Puma room, and apparently 25 years ago when this place was built they used to swim in the river. Then because the conservation of the Amazon is doing so well, caimans started coming back, which is like an alligator crocodile kind of thing, and now one of them nests in the solar panels all the time, so we have to kind of keep a lookout every time we walk to and from places to make sure Lucy isn't around. Hey Lucy! There's 4 lodges in the area, and this one and another one is actually run by the community that lives here. So we don't have keys to these rooms. Everyone just trusts everyone that's staying here, and all of the staff are people from this community. It's kind of scary, but really wholesome as well. We've checked into our room. It's about 3 p.m. now. We have an hour until our first Amazon experience. They have this really cool area right down on the river, and there's all these hammocks and like a watching tower as well. It goes 3 floors up. So just chilling out here to waste some time until our first activity.
There's already so many animals you can hear. I'm ready to see them. We're just sitting on the porch waiting for our first hike. And an alligator comes past. I think it might be Lucy that like kind of lives in the reserve. But there's also a turtle that was popping its head up. Run, turtle! Like, I knew we'd see animals. I didn't think it would happen this quick. Just paddled along the river and then we came into this little inlet. It's so quiet and peaceful, but the water level's a little bit too low, so now we're reversing back out.
Gracias, Nelson. Thanks, Nelson.
First activity checked off, and I'd say it was a big success. We went canoeing for what, an hour? We saw 2 different types of monkeys, toucans, and a bunch of different birds. And we didn't even go that far from the lodge. That's what's crazy.
And we also heard howler monkeys in the distance. Haunting. But I hope we could see them up close. Day 1 shaping up pretty good.
I just feel like this whole thing's a dream. Like, I don't think it's sunk in yet that we're in the Amazon. It feels like one of those big things. We've seen some amazing sights and world wonders, and this feels like equal, if not more exciting than them for some reason. I genuinely think it's because you learn about it when you're a kid. It's like ingrained in you that this is a biodiverse, amazing place, and we're here. That's crazy.
Yeah, got about 20 minutes to kill. We're gonna get changed into something comfy and then come back out for dinner. Dinner was delicious.
It's like a full-on 3-course meal.
Yeah, and we were surprised because apparently we have a night walk tonight, which we didn't realise that we had. So we've just got our gumboots on.
boots.
And we're ready to go. It does look like it's drizzling. They've got ponchos and stuff, so I don't think I'm gonna bring this camera. So if you see anything after this, it was from my phone. And if you don't, we'll see you tomorrow.
Frogs sometimes are higher up, so we make the trees. Some mammals are active at night, like night monkeys. Ah, look. That's the smoky jungle frog. He's on this branch, so at the end of the branch. You'll see the tail is hanging here on the stem here. Amazon forest dragon. On the dead branch.
Yes, it is the rainforest.
Yeah. It's currently about 5:30 in the morning. We're going to get breakfast because today we have a full day. We get absolutely no rest. We are leaving at 6:30 to see birds potentially on a clay wall.
All ponchoed up for today because it's a bit rainy. We're not going to the community today because the weather's not great, and the main reason you sort of go there is to see parrots, which aren't going to be out and about. So instead we are going to this huge observation deck, which I'm really excited for.
We're going to be at the observation tower for 2 hours and then come back, I think. Pretty chill day, turns out. She's gonna be cozy.
Buddies, lucky we love each other.
Lucky.
45-minute canoe and we'll be at the lookout. I think this is the lookout they were saying that a bunch of the cruises, the Amazon cruises, stop at.
That's cool. I feel much lower to the water with this many people.
It's kind of nice sitting next to each other, quite romantic.
Where?
At the same branch. Oh. You weighed it down a bit though. Yeah.
Car alarm bird.
So this depression is being filled with rainwater. So this is the black water, you know. So the rainwater just fills this place, and then the vegetation starts growing around. So this lake may be gone, you know, in the future will be all covered with this plant. So we are now coming into the stream that feeds the lake. So the rainwater from the thousands of hectares around and this huge swamp are flowing into the lake and then to the Napo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's sitting on it's like at 2 o'clock. You're going to see a red dot.
That like
Up there.
wow.
Yeah. 2 red things, brownish things. Those are the monkeys.
We're not even at the observation deck yet, and we've seen howler monkeys and a whole bunch of different birds.
And a whole bunch of stinky turkeys, which is like the most common bird here. Apparently they digest the same as cows.
The gas that it makes from fermenting and digestion makes them stink, so stinky turkeys.
Look at what we're going through.
After our 45-minute amazing canoe ride, we have a 20-minute walk to the observation tower.
That canoe ride was amazing. It was so quiet. We saw howler monkeys, so many different types of birds, and now we're going to the observation tower. Like, we've already observed so much. Also really glad we have these wellies. I just think it's so cool that you take a canoe ride in a jungle and stop at like an unassuming pier, get out, trek 20 minutes through this, like the sludgiest stuff. It's thick rainforest to get to an observation tower. I don't know, it just feels so wilderness.
Other indigenous people from Ecuador, the Copan people, they believe that when you die, that's where your spirit will rest, you know, inside the tree.
We've made it to the observation deck, and it is huge. It goes all the way to the top of this massive tree.
205 steps to the top. Halfway.
There's a K-pop.
K-pop. And how old was it?
Now using carbon 14,
Yeah.
it's possible to know how old is this, but 600, 700 years old.
Wow, 600 years old. Oh my god, we're on the top of it. This is insane. We are above the Amazon rainforest right now in this huge 600-year-old K-pop tree. They've built this awesome observation deck that heaps of people apparently come and use. You literally have a bird's eye view of the Amazon. And we're the only group here. How special is that? And we brought this massive telescope, so they're going to try and find all different animals and birds for us, and we'll get to have a look. Isn't this crazy? I just love the Amazon. It just keeps getting better and better.
That's really cool.
We've been on the observation deck for like
20 minutes.
Yeah, it's been cool.
It's been insane. Apparently we have to be careful of picking up our bags because there might be bullet ants on them. And that sting hurts.
It's like they can sense where they are, like, because they come here so often. They literally put the telescope up and he found something straight away.
Yeah.
Like instantly.
Yeah. One of the tour guides just showed us a video that a guest took 2 weeks ago, and it was a jaguar right in front of their trail path. I don't even know what I'd do if I saw a jaguar, but I want to see one. Unbelievable.
The largest parrot.
We've just spent 2 hours in this private treehouse. Pretty cool. Saw countless things and got the drone up so you can see how epic it is. Check. Now for another hike back through the jungle.
Or an anteater. Anteaters live in the trees. They have prehensile tail like the monkey. Spirit of this plant is the one of the snake. Many shamans will tell you that they know medicinal plants. You know, they drink ayahuasca, and the effect of the drink, they get in touch with the spirits of the forest. It's the monkey's comb.
We're on this short hike back to the canoes, and it's so much fun learning about all these different plants. There's this like spiky seed that apparently the capuchin monkeys use as a hairbrush. We've seen a bunch of different frogs. Seen a plant that local communities use as contraceptive, like they brew a tea and then they aren't fertile for a year. It's just all so exciting. And we're lost.
You can touch how hard is the skeleton.
Oh, it's so creepy. We're walking back and I just have the biggest goofy smile on my face this entire time. One, because we're in the Amazon and that's pretty freaking cool. But two, because there's something about being in gumboots and walking through the mud, the sound and the feeling of it, I feel like it's unlocked something in my inner child and I just am obsessed with it. It's so much fun.
It's like jumping in puddles when you're a kid, and it doesn't matter because mum's gonna clean up.
Yes! That's what it is. There's zero consequences. We're being told to do it. I love it. It's so satisfying. at our second, third excursion in the Amazon, and it just keeps getting better and better. Like, I feel like you know you're going to see a lot of animals, but every time you see anything like a centipede, a bug, a fly, you just get so excited. Or I do anyway.
And this time we happen to see a bunch of monkeys too. And a welcome drink when we get back. I can get used to this.
I am so happy we came to Sani Lodge because it's community run and we have all this land around us that apparently not all the other lodges have. It's just so nice and everyone here is so wholesome. And they like really want you to have a good time and they're so proud of the land. I love it.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to tell you what's next, but I have no idea. Could be relaxed time until dinner. Could be another walk. Who knows? Either way, I'm going to enjoy it.
This place is so nice. You come back from your excursion and your bed's all made and all your stuff has been so nicely put on the bed. When you go to dinner, they've come through and made up everyone's mosquito net so it's done the correct way. It's the little things. Also, our bags. I was a bit nervous because we have rolly bags about how you get them to the property. But we got to the pier, they take them off you, put them in plastic bags so that they don't get wet. They come on the canoe with you, and then when we had to walk, we just took our backpacks and the staff went and got all our bags for us. And then by the time we checked into our rooms after our snacks and welcome drinks, our bags were already in here. How fancy is that? We've got about an hour or so, I think, until lunch, which I'm not even hungry for because we had a big breakfast and they gave us a snack while we were at the observatory tower. I'm sure it's going to be amazing though, so I'll probably eat it. Looks good.
We just had lunch. Again, it was incredible, but the things we heard from the tour guides here just made us fall in love with this place even more. It's completely community run. So there's 40 employees and almost all of them are from this local community. During the pandemic, obviously they didn't have any guests here and they considered going and drilling for oil just to get some money, but they stuck it out, kept the lodge open and started welcoming guests back last year. They're also reinvesting into their own community, so instead of just going to get fruits and vegetables from a market, they're getting locals to plant the fruits and vegetables that they need so that they can pay them instead of random people at a market. I just think it's really cool. And before dinner, we've got one more afternoon hike. Apparently this one's going to be a couple of hours through the jungle. I have to bring cameras, water, and a poncho, but I really hope it doesn't rain again.
I think this is our last activity of the day. 2-hour hike in the trails that they have just around this lodge because there's so much land here. It's like in the middle of the jungle. It's crazy.
Back into the jungle.
And burn a piece of it. So the smoke will be the repellent. It does have a special smell. Or when they are working in the crops, if it's the dry season, there will be lots of sandflies, these tiny insects. So that's when they burn the whole nest.
I hate being the tallest, even though I'm at the very, very end of the trail. I keep hitting spiderwebs at my forehead because everyone just goes under them.
It's raining now in the Amazon rainforest. But what's crazy is it sounds so intense, but you can't feel anything because we're under the canopy. There's like nothing coming through. Might have spoken too soon. Is this on right?
Some indigenous people used to use this shell as a cradle for babies.
The guides know so much. I honestly don't know how they keep it all in their head, but they're telling us facts about like every tree, every animal, every bug. My favorite one is there's this tree that's called the walking tree, and its roots are like this. And when it wants to get more sunlight, it literally grows more roots in one direction and walks over there.
So it oxidizes and becomes glue. It's a dye.
Getting stuck in the Amazon rainforest during a rainstorm wasn't high on my list, but I had so much fun. I literally shouldn't have had a smile on my face that entire time, but I did. I loved it. If you're not going to see a bunch of animals, I feel like this is a pretty good second. Ready?
Yeah.
I am so grateful that they give you gum boots and a big rain poncho. Can you imagine being stuck out there in just our Macpacks and our little hiking boots? It would be scary. We have a little bit of time to kill before dinner and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it for today because I think that the rain is here to stay. Dinner was amazing yet again. I think that was my favorite dinner so far. It was like a beef goulashy stew kind of thing with these potatoey yucca guys. I think that's it. In the next one, we are going to meet the local community and we'll show you around this amazing lodge. Good morning from day 3 in the Amazon. Today is super exciting because we get to go hang out with the local community here, and not only that, but they are having a soccer tournament, so we get to see all of the communities coming together into one place. So special.
Birds and monkeys, isn't it? Hopefully.
I'm so excited for today.
To start the day as normal, we've got a canoe ride.
Now, a 10-minute walk and then a motor canoe. We just saw a bunch of these ants, and apparently the locals call them surgeon ants because if they have a wound, they pick them up, let them sting the gash, and their bite staples together the wound, and then they just break it off, I guess, and the wound is stapled up. An organic stapler. How good is that? That was such a rainy motorboat ride. What's crazy is you'd think a river that big, the Napa River, that they could just go straight down it, but they have to traverse like back and forth because there's so many river islands and like sandbanks that they have to dodge.
Thank you.
We're still going to try and find the parrots even though it's raining and they probably won't be out, but they have a little hut that we can wait in, so at least it'll be dry.
That boat ride was crazy. This jungle walk is crazy. It really feels like an adventure, like a proper adventure. Trekking like this feels like Forrest Gump, where he's like, and one day it started raining.
And it didn't quit for 4 months.
The parrots, parakeets, macaws, they eat the seeds, but still the defense compounds may affect them. So to neutralize the effect, they eat clay. The clay absorbs toxins and neutralize the toxicity of it. And the same will happen with this dead wood. We don't know what kind of tree it was, but it's not any dead tree. Right. It's a specific one. They find the minerals or the wood itself may be absorbing the toxins they have.
Technically we did see macaws, but they were supposed to come to that central tree, which would have been a lot closer and a lot better looking, but they didn't. We did see a woodpecker and some bugs though, so pretty cool. I think now we're going to the community and gonna get some lunch.
That was the ancestral territory of Guarani people. They were uncontacted until the 60s, 70s. Part of the history of the Amazon basin is the rubber era, And many people, indigenous people, were enslaved to work on the rubber extraction. It was a very big business. Many became billionaires with that.
We've made it to Sani Wami, which is the local community's women's club, and basically they've set up a business for themselves where they sell handicrafts and they give tours to people and tell them all about the land here. We're in the kitchen now where we're learning how to make moti? We are learning about maito, which is when you wrap food up in a leaf, and I just got to make one. So you put in, it's It's 3 leaves, you put in a bit of fish, some heart of the palm, and then you wrap it all up. And Marcella is so speedy and so skilled at it, and I'm like... It's so cool here though. I feel so grateful that we got to be here when they're having the soccer tournament, because the energy and the vibe is just so high and energetic, and I think there's heaps of people here that don't normally see tourists, so they're all excited to see us as well. It's really cute. We both got to try some chicha as well. I'm already having the best time. I'm gonna go wait for my food to cook. Jordan's gonna put the drone up and we've got a little cheer squad for him. They're all watching it. I'm so excited to see it. It's very cute.
The kids love the drone. Now all we have to do is wait for our food that Emily cooked. Oh, penalties. Am I gonna go?
Asegura, asegura.
Look at those guys. Can everybody see? This is the grubs alive. You can hear them like biting, yeah? They bite really, really strong, the hard part of the palm. So first, we have to kill it, and then you have to chew very well. And in case you don't chew very well, this will come back, right? The head is the best part of it, yeah? Okay, look at that. Uh-huh.
Looks like a croissant.
Very tasty.
Eating bugs in the Amazon. Look at his little face. It really tastes like bacon. You'd never know.
Delicious.
My favorite.
It tastes like bacon. It's not bad.
Fish under there. Really good.
Today has been a bit of a mixed bag. Really all over the place, and I don't know if we did a really good job narrating what we were doing, but we're just having fun, so.
I feel like today with the rain and everything, it could really go wrong if you were with the wrong type of people, but the Sani Lodge staff and our little group, everyone's just happy being stuck in the rain or not seeing a bird exactly how we thought we would. It's just been amazing. And then we come to the community and it's just like been the best afternoon.
It has been really good. The only thing left to do is to get the canoe back to the lodge.
How quiet is life around you, you know. And today in the community, this big gathering, you know. So we hope you enjoyed. Now enjoy your hammock or your cabin. That's a tamarind.
Oh my god. What ones are they? Can you see that one on the branch?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh, wow.
Can you see him on the edge?
Yeah.
He's so far down. He's almost in the white bits. Always having something to eat.
Wow,
Oh,
there's more
is there
coming.
more? Oh, look at him looking up. So good.
Oh,
So many. We spent the rest of the afternoon in the hammocks, watching spider monkeys jump from branch to branch across the river. After dinner, we were surprised with a night canoe and skimmed across the still water in silence and darkness, searching for the red light reflecting in the eyes of a black caiman. The camera couldn't see much, but we did find a baby caiman hiding amongst the leaves. Today is our last day in the Amazon, but we might have saved the best to last because we get to meet and like learn from a shaman today. How special is that?
Some awesome driving. It was a lot of fun just flying around the tributaries.
One of the main treatments that's going to be offered here is you can have a bath. So they sort of pick different little things like ginger or different plants and create a personalised bath for you. Now we're going to get a tobacco sort of treatment where they cleanse the spirits and the soul and the energy. This is so cool though. Definitely have to upgrade to 5 days if you're coming here. Our morning with the shaman was unlike anything we've ever experienced before. After rubbing a tobacco cigar all over our bodies, the flame was ignited to begin the ceremony. Our shaman, Wilson, explained to us that traditional shamanism is unfortunately on the decline. There are less and less children wanting to learn the methods and rituals passed down through the generations. He explained that he could have 10 children and maybe one would decide to take on the challenge of learning to be a shaman. While most shamans are men, Wilson's mother, who we would later meet, was one of the few revered women who took on this role. For centuries, this knowledge has been passed down from generation to generation, with shamans often drinking ayahuasca to connect with and learn from the spirits of the jungle. We felt incredibly grateful to be able to experience a traditional tobacco bath. This is said to be a powerful mediator between humans and gods. The tobacco bath has curative properties and can provide psychological answers in one's search for meaning. Towards the end of the ceremony, we were asked to keep our eyes open into the smoke for as long as possible. Depending on the way the cigar burns tells the shaman how our spirits are. Mine, which had burned unevenly, showed that I was out of balance, while Jordan's, which burned from left to right, showed that he was more in balance. Another common treatment among the local people is putting tobacco-soaked water into the nose. It is said that once done, the animals within the forest will look into your eyes and know that you are strong and leave you be. In the days following the ritual, our dreams became more vivid, and for the first time in a long time, both of us would consistently remember them the next morning. To say this treatment and our morning with the shaman will be an experience we'll look back on is something of an understatement.
So we just sat down to see kind of how bags have been made, which takes 2 weeks and is insanely detailed but looks incredible. And then they showed us how to make these baskets, which is super light but also really strong. And then we got to talking about blow darts, we got some off the wall, and now I think we're going to go see what they're like. Bit of a demonstration of blow darts.
Yeah, no instructions, just figure it out.
Hey, wow.
split the Amazon.
We literally just got back and we're going to quickly run and show you through the incredible Sani Lodge, starting with the dock. This is where you enter and exit the lodge. It also works as like a 3-story observatory and a hangout spot. Floor 1 is filled with hammocks and it's so nice. People all come down here after a big day of activities, read their books, have a nap, basically swing away while we look for Lucy or different birds and monkeys. Level 2 has amazing lookouts as well as some bar chairs and one like stool with a table in the middle. This might be one of my favorite levels. To peel the curtain back a little bit, we had a bit of a big life event happen while we were sitting here. The third level is the perfect observatory spot. You have all of these openings so you get a view 360 degrees. To the left of me there's some solar panels. Essentially the entire of Sani Lodge is run by that. They do have a generator in case it fails because people still want electricity and hot water. But how cool that basically everything's run from that. And a caiman named Lucy has come to nest there 3 years in a row, which is kind of scary because it's right near our room. This is the bar where we had our welcome drinks and snacks, and you can get a drink basically 24/7. They have cocktails, mocktails, soft drinks, everything you could think of you can get here. Again, it has all of these openings so you'll never miss out on seeing a toucan or a monkey or something really cool. This is the dining room, but there's people eating, so we'll come back. These are all of the amazing huts at Sani, and it's really cool. It's almost in like... It's almost in like a hexagonal clock sort of formation from a center point. Everyone has a different name for their huts as well. We got puma, there's like different fish that are found here locally. If you're not doing a water activity, this is normally your meeting spot. This is also where I think the Wi-Fi router is, so normally there's a lot of people sitting out here just catching up on the day-to-day news. Puma! This is our lodge. Like we said on day 1, there are no keys for the doors. Everyone here trusts each other and everyone that works here is from the community. So again, there's just this trust built in. We have lots of stuff, we have some cash, and not a single cell in my body has been nervous leaving this unlocked and just everything open and out. And this is our cabin. From what I understand, 90% of the cabins have the same configuration. There is a family room as well as a honeymoon suite, but basically everything else is like this. We have a very comfy twin bed as well as a single, a fan which has kept us perfect temperature all night, and a mosquito net which the staff put up for you every single night. You don't have to worry about that at all. All of the windows don't actually have glass. They just have this net across them so bugs don't get through, which is really nice because you go to sleep and you hear all of the crickets, you hear all of the nature sounds. It's like having your own natural ambient machine every single night. I think both of us have slept incredibly well because of it. We also have a bathroom. It's pretty stock standard, but you do have a hot shower. And when I say hot, I mean hot enough even for me. Like I have to turn the cold tap on sometimes. What's really sweet is that I think every second night they replace your towels and they're always made in this really cute shape. I think we had like a crab or a frog on the first night. But now it's time for lunch and we'll show you the dining room. This is the dining room where we eat breakfast, lunch and dinner every single day. The time for breakfast changes depending on what activities you're doing because you might wake up earlier or later, but dinner and lunch is always the same, and they announce it by blowing this horn and you can hear it. We heard it canoeing in today. All of the food has been amazing. The staff are so sweet as well. So I'm very excited for lunch. For lunch and dinner, we always start with a soup, then the main course, and at dinner there's normally a dessert. Plus there's always juice or something fun.
Lunch was amazing as always. Now we have a little bit of a gap before we go for our last adventure of the day, piranha fishing. Again, another surprise, had no idea that we were going to be doing this. Every day it's like adventure, hour gap, adventure. Nuts. Piranha fishing. If we catch some, we might be able to eat them for dinner if they're big enough.
Which is crazy.
Which is cool.
I didn't think you could eat them.
Don't hold us to that, but that'd be cool.
No, I'll definitely catch one. 100%.
Okay.
Guaranteed. Can't believe this is going to be our last Amazon adventure. I can't believe that's even a sentence I'm saying, to be honest, that we're complaining about our last Amazon adventure, let alone the fact we've had any sort of Amazon adventure, is pretty dang cool. You can see they've got like little rods for us to go piranha fishing, as well as like a bunch of meat chunks, I guess, because piranhas eat meat. I guess that makes sense. Something about this place and this trip has made me feel very grateful about the lives we've built for ourselves, I guess. I just can't believe that we get to do something like this on a random Monday. We're going piranha fishing in the Amazon. I think I've teared up like 4 or 5 times this trip. Another really cool thing about Sani Lodge is that they sort of personalise the services based off of what you book. There's a group behind us and they are very avid bird watchers. So if bird watchers come, they have a bit of a different itinerary to everyone else. If you're a bird watcher, you get to go bird watching. And if you come with a kid, they also give you a personalised sort of service, because obviously children need a bit more breaks, or some of the hiking and stuff like that might not be suitable for them. So they really make it individual for everyone. It's just really cool. How's it going?
Got a nibble immediately, which made me think it was really easy. Now I'm not so sure. That's my first nibble in ages.
Did you feel it at
I
that?
felt it that time.
Caught a piranha.
Piranha feeding.
Yeah. You're welcome, piranhas.
Another one.
Fishing go.
It was fun. As a team, we caught 2. So it's pretty good.
They're so
There's a
freaky
monkey
looking.
up ahead, just jump from branch to branch. He's up the top there. See? They're straight above us. Right up. Wouldn't be one last Amazon adventure without some monkey sightings. Some of the best. They like crossed the river in front of us.
That was maybe my favourite monkey encounter we've had. They were so close and so low to the ground. They're so bloody cute. I'm gonna miss this life.
Hit the camera. Nice. Hit the camera, okay. First step's taking a bus, a boat.
No, millipedes and centipedes.
What?
You got mud on your face. You big disgrace.
What are we doing now?
Kicking your can all over the place. How come they're just hanging out?
Lives in the wild and explain when they are little ones.
It honestly looks like you are like a slutty woman that has thigh-high boots and nothing on under her coat. We're in the Puma room.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, need more than that.
I have to replace my meat.
No luck at our first
fishing spot.
No luck at our first fishing. I can't say it. No luck at our first fishing spot. I lost all of my meat, so there is piranhas in here. I'm just not skilled enough to get them. Jordan did not do well.
No one wants my meat.
Don't say it like that.
Piranhas are cool.